Hello everyone, today I want to show you advanced trick of how to toggle your Excel charts based on your drop-down selection. So the case that I'm showing here is a very typical salary structure chart, so it's a floating bar chart, but you can really use this trick for any kind of Excel trick charts. So what I'm trying to do here is that I'm showing the salary structure by job grades from 1 to 10, and I want to show it by different job families, which in my option here, I have HR and I have IT. So I'm able to show it here that when I select HR, my chart shows the salary structure for HR. But when I select IT, my chart will automatically show the chart, the salary structure for the IT department. So let me show you how to do that in a sec. Okay, so first to start with, you need to know how to do the kind of bar chart that I was showing there. So for example, if you don't know how to do it, you can check my other video on a salary structure floating bar chart. So you can see how I come from this data table to a bar chart like that. But as I said, what we are doing here can be used for any kind of Excel charts. So let's start from the very beginning. So first, because we need to toggle between two job families, then we need to have two data table. So here is my source data table of HR and IT. The data is different, and they can be on the same sheets as you have the chart, but they can also be on a different one. It doesn't really matter. The second thing you need to do is to name your table. And in order to name it, make sure you name only the data portion of it, not the title, not any other reference. Just select your data and then go to this top left blank cell and then name it HR, enter. And then you do the same for your IT, and then name it IT and then return, so that now you go back to it and then select your selection, and then you can see your data table is defined. So we're going to use that in a sec. The second thing you need to do is to define a drop down. So let's say we select this cell as a drop down. So whatever, you can color it as yellow to highlight as I did, or you can do literally nothing. Select it, go to data validation under data tab, and then here when you for setting you allow a list. So the source, it can be a number, it can be a selection of lists that you have, but in my case, because I only have two options, so I'll just be easy, so I'll do HR, comma, and IT, and I go okay. So now you go back to the section, it would really just allow you to select HR and IT. So I can do that instantly because I have this source data tables set up already. But let's say we delete it. So now when you select it, it wouldn't show anything because our chart is linked to this source data table. Okay, so now here we are at, what we are trying to do now is to link our source data table with our two separate source data here and make sure that whatever we select will be reflected here. So how do we do that? So here we're using two very important functions. One is index and match, and one is indirect. So if you're not quite familiar with index and match, I have another video showing you. I have the link on the top right, or you can see the link in my description that can tell you in more depth of how to use the index and match function. And for indirect, I'm going to just tell you briefly what it is, but I'll show you what it's used for. So indirect is actually a function that allows you to change a tax, which for example HR, into an array, which for example can be the data table that we're using here. So let me show you how to do that. So for each of those cells in this table, I'm gonna input the formula. So my formula is gonna be the index and match function. So my index is, first I need to select the array. So my array is gonna be the data table here. So I want to select either HR or IT. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to input indirect And my reference text will be this drop-down box, which is like right now it's showing HR. I'm gonna close it because that then allow me to basically say that for HR, change it to the array that I have named, which is essentially this data table. And then now I'm going to choose the row number and column number as it's popped up. So I'm going to say match. I'm going to look up the this cell, which is essentially the max. I'm gonna look for its position in this set of data. I'm gonna put absolute reference so it doesn't change my reference as I copy the formula down. I'm gonna have exact match, so it's 0. So that helps me to anchor the position of this max cell. And then I do the same for my columns. So I'm gonna look for this 1, but I'm gonna anchor for just the row because I'm gonna copy the formula to the right, and I don't want my row move, I only want my column reference to move. And then I'm gonna select again the same, like I'm gonna find the position in this series of data, make a absolute reference, and then 0 to make sure I find the exact match, and then close my bracket. And here we go. So this is my way of finding out in the HR table what is the max for grade 1. So we can tell, okay, it is 40. So now let's change this to IT. Then ideally we should have 75 in this cell. Okay, here we go. So we are seeing 75 here. So, and now the best thing about the way that we are inputting formula here is that we can actually copy the formula up and down, and it should be showing exactly the same. So now I'm copying it down, but notice that I have an error message. That means there's something wrong with my formula. So do you know what's wrong with my formula here? It is actually this one. So as I copy the formula down, you see my cell reference is not selecting D6. So I need to make sure that I make this an absolute reference as well. And actually the same with my row. For this, I need to make sure my row is also an absolute sign. So now let's copy it down, and then it should give us exactly what we're hoping to get. And then just copy the formula to the right. And then again, you're seeing exactly the table that you're seeing for the HR job family. So now you select IT, and then you should see the data exactly showing the data that's supposed to be for the IT job family. So this is basically the data table that's supporting this chart. So I'm not showing you how to do this chart, but again, like as I said, if you check this video, you can see how to populate this table. And then you can also see when I select the data series, you can see it's telling me which data sets it's selecting, and that's how we can populate this chart with this toggle function. Okay, so that is everything I want to share with you, and I hope that you find this helpful. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you like it. If you have any question, please leave me a comment, and I will talk to you very soon.